Right. We've been pulled into the ocean. Hello everyone, I am Lovenji Gaming, and here we are with Populous at the beginning. The game is exceptionally loud for me, so I'm just going to rectify that a little bit. Okay. Once again, we are back shoutcasting high-level Populous at the beginning gameplay. We've got a 1v1 show match here. This is game number 1 between the number 1 and number 2 ranked players, respectively. Playing as the yellow tribe in the yellow position, he is our undisputed number 1 best, and for many people, the greatest of all time, in fact. It is Nici, now representing Clan Divinity's Slaves. His opponent, playing as the red tribe in the red position. The number 2 when he feels like it, sometimes the number 6 when he's trying to teach his shaman how to swim. One of the admins of Clan Overpowered, it is Babo. So, we are here on Yggdrasil, which is the first of the 7 maps. And it looks like, aside from a little bit of fisticuffs on the centre, we're looking at rather normal openings for both players. Towers coming up on either side, getting that defense up. A little bit faster for Nici than is Babo, but as you can see, all these towers, they're all facing the same direction, and interestingly, the door is actually facing the attack path. Might not be too terribly relevant, but it is going to make it easier for things like ghost armies and warriors to actually get inside these towers. So yes, the plans have gone down quicker, but these towers are going to be quite exposed when the troops unlock. And we've already got a Brave of Shame for Nici here. Sat inside this tower. He is a brave. You don't ever want braves in towers. So that is why we call them the Brave of Shame. Babo has trained a couple of fire warriors and is already sending them out to towers manually. It's a good idea to do these manually as the game opens up, because you can pick which towers are filled and make sure your important ones get filled first, like these at the front. You wouldn't just want to shift-click fire warriors onto the panel and have these towers be the ones that get filled. Nici is looking to move towards the middle, sending a fire warrior with him to secure the mid. And as you can see, he's got a good number of huts down, plenty of plans down, braves constantly working. And we can see sort of the same in Babo's base. I think a couple fewer huts. He's a little bit behind Nici, but not so much that he has to worry. Now, we are on the 1.5 version of the game. And what that means is that fire warriors can shoot over this line. Those of you familiar with the 1.1 build know that this line is where the map folds over itself. Typically, it causes pathfinding errors and prevents fire warriors from shooting. In 1.5, that bug has been fixed, which means these towers will actually shoot one another. Ghost Army comes out from Babo's. He tries to pick apart Nici's defense, looking forward. No, he's backing off. He's changed his mind. I actually have... There we go. I do have the spectator script open. I'm sorry I wasn't using it. Of course, the spectator script designed by Divinity. We've got the earthquake coming out from Babo onto Nici's towers. Decent earthquake. It's lowered the high ground here and set a bunch of towers alight. Fire warriors injured, towers damaged. Nici's defense looking a little bit bare already, but as you can see from this bar, Babo's not close to another earthquake, and it's Nici's turn to strike back. Nici has 1 earthquake in the chamber and 3 ghost armies and is charging a tornado. As you can see, the spectator script has been updated since we last used it. We can now see the charge of spells as it's coming up. Ghost Army is dealt with. Nici's Shaman stood idle, however. Needs to react quickly. Babo throws out the blast, but Nici moves just in time. The follow-up blasts are good, and Nici actually dies there. Nici actually going down, but does Babo have anything to strike back with? No, he doesn't even have the Earthquake. He doesn't have any Ghost Armies. You can tell that he is behind Nici on the mana. One of my viewers, Ice, has called out that Yellow's converts for this map is ridiculous, and he's certainly not wrong. Yellow gets a better convert, which means they can build a base slightly faster, train their followers a little bit quicker, and charge those spells a little bit earlier as well. So you typically see Yellow take the more aggressive line of play at the start, with Red looking to sort of normalize in the mid-game and take advantages. So Nici Shaman is alive and straight into the water. Good assist from the towers, but nice blasting from Babo as well. Nici Shaman is going to go down. There is only one guard tower filled here. If Babo has the spells to do so, he should look to break into the base. Oh, you can see there are fire warriors inside of huts. Meanwhile, Babo's warriors are moving towards Nici's side strip. Nici's got warriors in place, and Babo throws down the earthquake. And is amongst the huts. He's not going to chance trying to get past these huts with fire warriors in them. And that is a good earthquake from Babo there. Sets fire to the warrior training hut. Destroys 2 huts here. I think it destroyed this hut as well. It's going to create some pathfinding issues for Yellow's base. It's a good aggressive play from our red player. We'll see what Nici answers back with, though. He's got 3 tornadoes and an earthquake. So he's definitely got the ability to answer back. But he just needs to shore up his Shaman a little bit. Dying a little bit too often here. Here comes the Ghost Army. Nice combined shot from the towers. Going to clear up some of these ghosts. Combined push with a blast from Nici is going to kill Babo. And here we go. 2 towers taken out by the tornadoes. Another tornado halfway loaded. And 1 more in the chamber to use. Nici's got a Ghost Army as well, but he's bringing forth the warriors. Going to use them to distract some of the towers. And actually, complementing Babo's play, but look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towers all in the same spot, completely empty. There's only really 2 towers protecting this base. Ghost Army comes down. Nici's tornado takes out one of the towers. He's going to take out the other tower. No, Babo's already emptied it. And here it comes, the earthquake. Babo missing the tornado onto Nici's Shaman. Earthquake from Nici isn't the best, but it does do some damage. But does Babo survive? Babo does survive Blast to prevent the Shaman from rolling. Important skill if you are learning Populous for the first time. But you know what? He's being a bit slow. Nici's had this built out for a long time, and Babo has not built this out at all. He's also not finished the back of his base. He's getting a little bit too hypnotized with the pressure that he has, and Nici's just absorbing the blows and building the base. He's pretty much finished with his main base. 2 huts back here, and a couple of huts down this strip, but he's otherwise finished, whereas Babo's got entire rows to build. He's got this entire row to build, this entire row to build. He is a little bit further with his back strip, but he needs to be careful. He's only just started building all of this. You see that Nici has 2 land bridges. That typically means what we're going to see soon from Nici. Oh, interesting. We've got the RB-LB out of Nici here. He's going to be putting down a row of towers and pushing that defense forward to make his base harder to attack into. It also improves the flexibility of the Shaman and the troops that come with that. Tornadoes from Nici going to deal with those freshly built huts, and Babo is not chasing the Shaman. He wants to just get into Nici's base. You can see the warriors are coming forward, but Nici does not want to let that happen. He turns around with his Shaman as well. We've got a little bit of a dance going on here. There's yellow warriors securing the middle ground. Both Shamans on their respective fronts. Nici blasting that Brave to stop him replenishing that tower. Look at all these empty towers still for Babo. That scare wasn't enough to get him filling those towers quickly. Blast from Nici is good. The follow-up blast from Babo does stop his Shaman rolling into the water. If he did not cast that blast, he would have drowned. We're getting these proxy blasts coming out. Just trying to see if the Shaman missteps. A little bit opportunistic. Nici is on the higher ground. Babo has to be careful. The blast is good. He doesn't roll into the water there. I thought he was going into the water. Gets a revenge blast on Nici as well. So both Shamans will be at similar-ish health. 89 pop for Babo, 102 for Nici, 138 green bar, 128. The spells, you can see Nici's he's starting to charge swarms, he's got 2 tornadoes, he's got an earthquake. You can see that these high-level players, they often don't charge 2 earthquakes. They like the utility spells to make sure the 1 earthquake gets in much deeper. Tornado from Nici going to clear out one of those towers. These swarms do go down. That's why you charge swarms. They're a great way of emptying towers. We see the land bridge that Nici charged earlier now being put to use as he sides into Babo's strip here. There is a warrior training hut here that he could potentially take down, but Babo chases the shaman. He might die to the ghost army. No, he doesn't quite die to the ghost army. He throws down a swarm on the warriors to scatter them. Good shaman duel. Both shamans dead. Nici did get the earthquake off, however. Good shaman dueling. Very patient. But look at this. The red warriors bursting into yellow base. Getting in on the fire warrior training hut. And that's the only one Nici's got. He can't afford to lose control of that hut. Oh, it looks like Babo doesn't want the hut. He wants the population. The warriors are going deep. They're finding yellow braves. And they'll kill a bunch of troops. Meanwhile, we've got yellow warriors running on in. Getting softened up by the red defense, but there's not enough filled red towers here to stop these warriors getting some kills. Nici throws out a swarm to soften up those warriors who are all about to be cleaned up by the Braves. 1 warrior can kill 5 Braves usually, so it's a notable amount of damage. And in fact, if we look at the pops, the actual pop is dead even. Slight favor, negligible favor for Babo right now, but the tornado is perfect. Picks him up, and the blast immediately sends him flying into the water. Nici follows up with another blast, just in case Babo tries to save himself with a land bridge. But Nici, picked up by his own tornado, thrown into range of the towers. He does get the earthquake off, but ideally Nici shouldn't have died there. That was a good opportunity for him to do much more damage. Babo still with a slight pop lead, about to complete his 2nd earthquake. Nici now charging his 1st. But look at the difference in bases here. You've got a huge gap here. One of the red warriors actually wasn't cleaned up and has now damaged that training hut, which is relevant. Nici needs fire warriors. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see a fire warrior training hut here, as some players do. A lot of yellow warriors on the middle ground. Babo needs to watch out for these, as they could deal a devastating blow. And in fact, this is the old 1-2 punch that Nici likes so much. He'll send his shaman one direction, he'll send his troops the other. You're forced to choose. Do you deal with the power of the shaman? Or do you deal with the warriors? Of course, Babo has to guess. We know that the warriors are going to be more damaging than the shaman right now, because the shaman is still just charging spells. She used her spells relatively recently. Good idea from Nici to put these warriors into huts. It makes it so that Babo might lose track of them, but also makes it so they contribute to the sprogging effect. Sprogging being the rate at which huts produce new followers, of course. Tornado from Babo does pick up Nici after a short delay. Follow-up blasts from Babo are trying to make sure that Nici's shaman dies. He is spamming those blasts. I don't know if he cast enough there to guarantee that Nici dies, but he's gone on a magical journey. Nici is still alive, seeing stars. It's a high roll on Shaman HP right there. Ghost Army comes down, but those towers can't actually shoot because they're blocked by this lip. And Nici is going for the trade. Here come those warriors that we said you had to be careful about. Big attack here. These warriors are going to separate themselves amongst the guard towers. They're going to deal critical damage, and Nici is going to go into Babo's base for the trade. So we are once again in a situation where these two Shaman players are going to be trading with one another. Trust me, this happens more times than I care to admit. Almost every single time these two play each other, it ends in a super explosive base trade. Double earthquake from Babo in amongst the huts. Gets a warrior training hut, gets some of the huts as well. There is another warrior training hut for Nici though. Babo's going to need to take that out if he wants to stand a chance in this game. Nici's got a large amount of warriors. In fact, I think, yes, he killed his own shaman on purpose to get back to his base. Smart play from Babo there to kill his shaman. He's used his spells. He just needs to get back, get rid of Nici's warriors, get rid of Nici's shaman. Earthquake from Nici is kind of okay, actually, because it messes up this path here. It's going to make it hard to get into this training hut. Babo has 2 warrior training huts operational. Nici only has the 1. right now. So it could still open up here. It could still go either way. The actual populations right now, 93 to Nici, 87 to Babo, but Babo with a much larger green bar now. Misses the lightning onto Nici's Shaman. The blasts are traded, and Babo goes into the water. That's such a critical death for Babo. He says ... He knows. He knows just how important that life was right there. That could be a deciding element. But Babo's got plenty of warriors. He is training. He's got 2 warrior training huts as well, and he still has his fire warrior training hut, whereas Nici does not. Nici actually has no way of making fire warriors right now. He is working on a fire warrior training hut, but he doesn't have one currently. Babo is alive. This shaman duel could mean everything to him right now. It's his ability to deal with Nici's warriors. It's his ability to deal with Nici's shaman. This trade means everything. Blast from Babo is good, but the blast trick from Nici prevents that falling damage. Follow-up blast from Babo is fantastic. Nici goes into the water. The warriors are now going to be cleaned up by Babo's shaman. And Babo can actually sort of stem the bleeding here. Nici's doing his best to control those warriors. He's separating them out so that as hard as they possibly can for the shaman to clear them out. Now, this warrior training hut does need fixing. As you saw, there was warriors coming out with their hands up almost instantly because of the shape of it. I wouldn't be surprised if this is yet another warrior training hut because you really need warriors now. Nici's got a fire warrior training hut in a very exposed location. If Babo gets 2 land bridges, sides here, takes out this and this, he can troop Nici out of the game. No doubt, of course, Nici is our #1 player for a reason. Nici will be aware of this. He'll be looking to probably shore up his position as we have it. Shaman duel here. Ghost Army coming out from Nici, trying to push Babo into the water. The lightning from Babo is an amazing shot and takes out Nici. The Ghost Army gets their revenge, pushing Babo's Shaman into the water. But this constant trickle of yellow warriors is now starting to slow down. Red's got warriors of his own. This was not another warrior training hut, I'm afraid. A little bit of slow upgrading going on here. Some of these huts should be upgraded by now, but who am I to criticize? Both of these players are leagues better than I shall ever be. So, pop check. We have 119 out of 159 for Nici. 3 Ghost Armies, 1 Swarm, 2 Tornadoes, and 2 Earthquakes. To Babo, we have 104 out of 137. 1 Tornado, 2 Earthquakes. So Babo is falling behind here. That trade with Nici did not go his way, but the Tornado has picked up Nici's Shaman. And she's straight into the water. Fire Warriors get into the tower just in time. They fire out a volley onto the Shaman. Ghost Army for Babo. Distracts the tower. Now he can start pushing in. Fire Warriors firing their shots, but not doing too terribly much else. Babo's charging additional tornadoes. That tornado actually picked up that quite annoying Fire Warrior in the high ground there. Babo's looking for a way into Nici's base. Nici does respawn, however, so Babo just throws down the Earthquake. Tornado from Nici's Shaman is going to pick up Babo here. I don't know where Babo's going to go. Is he lucky? Is he unlucky? We shall see. He's alive! No, never mind. I thought he was going to be alive. Alas, he was not. Meanwhile, however, large warrior run by from Nici once again. He's just constantly trooping the side path, constantly making Babo have to think about it. Let's check that red Earthquake in. Okay. That's actually just made Nici's base even harder to get into. Babo's going to need land bridges as part of his attack now. Here comes Nici. 1 Earthquake down after a tornado. It's going to do some damage to these towers, or not. It cuts probably the least optimal way for Nici. Ice is saying... Ooh, large warrior run by once again. And look at this, Nici's even put Fire Warriors on the high ground. And what that's done is it's helped the warriors even more. Because combat strength is relative to troop HP. Those Fire Warriors softening up Warriors means Nici's Warriors are going to win by an even bigger landslide. Good amount of these Warriors are cleaned up, but we have the Firestorm from Nici here. In amongst the huts, and Nici's got one Earthquake, and he's pretty close to a second. There's one. We're going to see the other one from Nici shortly. Oh, he needs to watch out. The Fire Warrior almost got him. There's the other Earthquake from Nici, freshly charged from me to you. And that's going to do a number. It's going to do a number on Babo's green bar. Oh yes, 88 out of 88 for Babo. Nici does go down, but he's at 129 of 170. Babo's still trying to get in through the front. All the troop huts are over here. I don't know why you're trying to get into the front. But this could potentially be a big attack. Babo does have 2 Earthquakes that he can use. He's even got a Light as well as a Swarm. Well, there is a Warrior Training Hut back here now as well. Let's see what Babo does. There's one Earthquake. Is he going to throw out the second? Nici is alive. Respawn's going to ignore Babo's Shaman and immediately go for Babo's base. That's the wise play. He knows that Babo's hurt. He knows he has more population than Babo. And he knows he has more troops than Babo. So he's just going to leave Babo stuck in his base and attack Babo back. Look at all these warriors. Babo never fixed the land around this warrior training hut. Look at this. This is so bad for Babo. The warriors are coming out and taking damage. The Braves are taking damage trying to go in. This could... I did say this needed to be dealt with, and it wasn't. And it's certainly not helping. But it looks like we're going to be seeing GG very shortly. Nici with 71 population, Babo with 64, but Nici with double Earthquake to use. Gets Babo's Fire Warrior Training Hut. He's going to get to the back of the base and get Babo's Warrior Training Hut, and this is the only good Warrior Training Hut as well. Oh, it doesn't get it though. Only shakes it down, so that can be repaired instantly. But this Warrior Training Hut really let Babo down there. He didn't fix it. He says GG and surrenders. Game number 1 goes to Nici. The first £10 prize claimed by Populous Reincarnated's #1 player.